Hey guys, what's going on? This is Genghis Khan back with another first impressions video, and I just wanted to take some time and apologize for not being as consistent with videos as of late, but I do have a large list of alpha and beta games that I'm collecting footage for, as well as games that I've been playing to keep myself busy and not fiending too hard for Battlefield 1 to release in October. I've got a lot of real life stuff going on, and there's a lot pulling me in different directions, and I haven't had as much time to edit, record, and then produce videos of the highest quality my newbie ass can provide. Anyways, today I'm going to be talking about a beta for a game called Battlerite. The game is a 2v2 and 3v3 action combat dual stick pseudo shooter arena brawler that is coming out on Steam on September 20th, 2016. The developers behind the game, known as Stunlock Studios, are also responsible for the cult classic from 2011 called Bloodline Champions, which is similarly an arena brawler that caught a lot of the rising MOBA crowd's attention for at least a short while, along with titles like Heroes of New Earth, which is now sunset, I think, and subsequently, after a 5-plus-year-old game, has since had a massive player base drop off, and I'm not 100% sure of the reasoning, but if Bloodline Champion is any indication, the game is set to be very competitive and a great shot at being a larger esport. So let's talk about what's going on now with Battlerite and what it's got going for it and how I found the gameplay and the experience as a whole. I found out about the game Battlerite from some of my competitive Paladins team members, and we all really enjoyed the game so far. The UI upon entering was slick and very pleasing to look at. The red palette with the customization options like skins and the variety of heroes was cool to see that there already was stuff like this in there, meaning it didn't require resources for the developers to actually implement, say, right when early access launches and pull resources from other aspects of the game. This in turn means that they can focus on more game modes and more map variations come early access launch. Currently in the beta, there are 2v2, 3v3, and 2 and 3 verse AI bots, and the tutorial mode. The tutorial mode was very basic and allowed you to get a simple feel for the movement and the way that the combat works. In Battlerite, the aiming and timing is absolutely critical, really giving you that competitive back and forth tension seen in many MOBAs and dual stick shooters. The game's vibe overall reminded me a lot of the newer Gauntlet from 2015, which with 4 people on the hardest difficulty was definitely very challenging, especially once they added the leaderboard arenas. The dual stick nature of Battlerite really was a lot cooler than traditional top-down MOBAs that currently dominate the scene right now, like League of Legends, Dota, and Heroes of the Storm. I'm definitely not a fan of the isometric view in general, as the movement is usually click-based, and I just don't generally like this movement system as it feels too disconnected from the character for my personal preference. I really enjoyed games like Gauntlet and Alien Swarm, as these are incredibly tense from moment to moment, and I felt that with Battlerite. 2v2s were very satisfying to get good combos and outmaneuver the enemy teammates, and the 2v2s really made each person keep taking up slack that the other person would leave. This added an element of making sure both teammates were incredibly aware and able to hinder the enemy in one way or another. If you were a damage character and weren't getting as many good combos off and just taking damage the whole time, you were likely to go down. If you happen to get some good stuns or combos off in an appropriate manner, you could potentially strike back and burst down the enemy team. There were plenty of these tense moments where I thought I might be down for the count, but in fact got some good moves off and we made the enemy retreat. The coolest aspect of the game was the combat itself. You had a left click, right click, Q, E, R, F, and alternative abilities by pressing shift, and required what's called energy to perform and would add an additional benefit or effect to the regular spell, almost like a morph. The map layouts were nice and simple. Health bubbles and energy bubbles would spawn along the cover walls over the symmetrical maps, leading to cool retreats and pushes back against an overwhelming enemy. The ability diversity did create a bit of a learning curve, or really a wall, as someone who has been playing in previous betas or just had more playtime with the champion meant that they were much more likely to lay the smack down upon you and your teammate. We ran into that several times, especially when one of the enemies was a champion that we had never played against. There were currently 14 champions with several empty panels on the UI in the main menus, which I'm guessing will be added in the near future. The variety of champions was great, and there were a lot of options for the roles within these, and none of the champions really felt too similar, as they all had different weapons, different combinations, and of course these conditional effects causing drains, damage over time, heals over time, and stuns in those crowd control effects. Basically, each round after you win or lose, every player was given the ability to pick a sort of burn card or an extra stackable condition. So for instance, In round 1, I have the ability to make Javelin Stab heal me for a certain amount of the damage given. This would go until round, I think 6 was the most burn cards that you could have. And these are basically like specializations or those extra little tidbits that add to the meta of the game. Shifu was my main champion of choice, a bit of a dodge tank slash DPS specialist with cool abilities to counter and teleport to the enemy and a spinning whirlwind ultimate. Overall, the game was great, and I distinctly remember playing a bit of Bloodline Champions and looking back not remembering why I really stopped. That was a great game and a great legacy that Battlerite is clearly looking to follow in the steps of. The game is a great baseline that if they add, say, more objective-based game modes and more champions and, of course, more maps that allow for these more intricate, say, 4v4 or 5v5 objective-based, highly skilled, teamwork-oriented game modes, the game really has a unique approach to the team play market. The core gameplay is solid and can now stand on its own since the beta really only included the 2v2 and 3v3 team deathmatches, which reminded me a lot of Rocket League, where the games would just be over just almost as quickly as you got into them, depending on if you were stomping or getting stomped. I enjoyed everything about the game a great deal and got about 5 hours of gameplay in and got to, I think, Mastery level 8 with Shifu, 10 being the highest currently in the game, and with that, getting all the rewards and chests and goodies. So I highly recommend checking this game out tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure if it's going to be free to play or buy to play or what. Steam doesn't really let you see that, but I will likely be throwing some money at the game to get the demonic ram mount and some awesome looking skins for some of my favorite champions. So be on the lookout for early access launch coming to Steam on September 20th and prepare for the arena. I'll see you guys in there. For now, I'm going to shut the hell up and show a full game that my girlfriend and I played. That was a great matchup against another 2v2 team. We ended with a victory, but we traded rounds all the way until the end. It was really a tense matchup. Thanks for watching, guys, and remember, if you enjoyed the content, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe, and check out some of my other content, and be sure to share with your friends and related Battlerite community members. And until next time, I'll see you around.
We meet!
Good. A sharp ally. There is no secret to winning. Just do it.
Ours is the path to follow.
Ready.
Consolations confluence.
Chop, chop. You've got much to learn.
the dawn.
Over now, our flames await!
The dawn. And dark.
Ultimate ready! Chop, chop! And down!
Pass the trials.
Slice and dice. Haha! They are no match for my spear. As expected.
I don't like cowards. Neither do my guns.
Many souls gather.
Vengeance shall be mine. Let our powers combine.